Michele.
Hi, how you doing, Jana?
I'm good. So for viewers who may not have seen Michele before on the podcast, this is Michele from Woolens Nosh, stripy sock wizard extraordinaire.
Self-striping dyer. Yeah.
And I can show this now because it's known. This was April's colorway called Peepers.
I love it. And somebody said that it was a reference. They thought it was a reference to the candy. It's not. It's a reference to frogs.
Peeps like the Easter candy?
Mm-hmm. But or it can look like whatever you think it looks
No, I mean, I saw your Instagram. I knew it's a frog thing.
Yeah.
Anyway. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. I'm excited. I'm doing my customizable toe up sock pattern. So I have about 10 more rows before I start my heel, and I'm excited. And so it just so happens, you can't really tell, but this is the contrast toe and heel color. So it will be more evident with that limey green will be more evident next to I think I'll be into the blue when I stop. So it'll be cool.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, it'll be great.
So, but the reason that you're here is because you are about to do pre-orders for your Advent kit.
That's right. 2024 Advent is happening. Woohoo!
I brought my 2023 socks so we could show people if they don't understand how a sock Advent works, because I didn't get it before last year. I didn't really understand. I'd never done it. But it's amazing. Yep. It's amazing. Michele does all this work so that you have this little surprise stripe every day. So do you want to explain?
Day.
You want to explain what you get?
Yes. So the idea of the Advent is a mystery striping skein. It has 24 colors into it. Many people will use it to count down to Christmas starting December 1st. But it's not, I have not done ever a traditional Christmas colorway. No matter your faith, or if you even want to use it for something in the winter, you could do it for your birthday or for some other countdown, or just because, right? But you're going to have 24 colors that are a surprise to you. And the way that I keep them a surprise, so we take that 100 grams, we split it into two identical 50-gram skeins.
So they started.
We cake them up into center pull balls, and then we put those in the tote and we snap it up. And then we also include a mini skein for your heels, toes, and cuffs. Now that mini skein color is the same color as the in-between color. And so there are 24 colors for each day of knitting, but then we also have a 25th color, and that's the in-between color. So in between every thicker stripe is a
daily color.
Your daily color. Thank you.
Yeah.
In between every daily color is a thin stripe to let you know to stop knitting if you don't want to see the next day's color.
Right. So it's very doable. I mean, I did it last year. I knit my socks at the same time, not on the same needle. I had two separate needles because I don't like that. But I would knit, here's my day one stripe, and then I put it down and get the next one, knit my day one stripe. And it was fantastic. And so I called it like, here's the neutral. That's how you know when to stop.
Yeah.
And I would knit right up next to the bag. And then
and I stop so you don't see. But so that's it. Basically,
so let me
it's just a fun way.
Show last year's. It was fantastic. And I did mine toe up. You can do it cuff down if you want. I did my toe up because I have big feet. And so I started, here was last year's contrast or the mini skein. And and then, there was day one. And then, so you can see that that's how I knew when to stop is when I got to that neutral. Then day 2, 3, 4, etc. And I just remember that 12 was the purple, but then you can see where I got up to here. So what I did originally was I went ahead and made shorties, and then I knitted ribbing, but then I tried them on. I decided they were a little bit too short for me. So I took my mother's leftovers, which is how I had enough anyway, probably.
Yeah, you should have.
Anyway.
Because Yeah.
Because
Keep going.
there was my 24 colors, and then in the fingering weight, not the DK, I can't speak to that, but in the fingering weight, I
Correct.
think there was enough to
You
have
had it
2 repeats.
correct. That's it.
It's because when I do the number 2s,
I
for some
know.
reason gives me balloons, I don't know why.
There are all these hand signals you can do that will make things happen. I can't remember them all. Yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
Anyway, so what I did was I went ahead and took my leftovers, rewound it going the other direction because I wanted to just have the smooth transition back the other way rather than starting
Yep.
again with the darker navy. I felt like that might be a little jarring, but I've seen other people's
Right.
socks and it was cool. So what either way is
Yeah.
fine. But anyway,
Either if there was a way that I could have dyed it where it did what you did, I would have, but
easy enough.
that would
It's
have
easy
been
enough to manage that
yeah.
yourself. Fine.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
And then I just made it as tall as I wanted. And then I did
yeah. Yep.
my so
Oh, and look at that, you just happened to end on the purple.
oh, but these look fantastic. And I have, like I said, I have really big feet.
Mhm,
So a lot of people, I have a friend, Jill, she's on Instagram, and you could go back and see hers at Kitchen Table Knits on Instagram
mhm,
because she has smaller feet and her daughter, she was able to get 2 pair. And
mhm.
well, she had an extra mini, I think, as well. So she was able to get 2 pair up because they have
Yeah,
smaller feet.
right. Yeah, I think, anywhere up to an 8 or an 8.5 US women's, you can usually get at least 1 full size sock and a mini size or a shorty sock
Right.
out of 100-gram
Right.
set.
Right.
So yeah, you'll have plenty of yarn.
Yeah, that's not me though. So just saying. But I do still have a teeny bit left over that I'm gonna make some wee little socks for my, you know,
Bunting.
yeah, my garland, whatever it is. I'm gonna make teeny weeny ones and have them, anyway. So super
So
fun.
cute.
So there are some changes to the whole thing this year.
Right. Yep. With experience comes wisdom, right? So we are making a few changes. I am hopeful and fairly confident that for my customer, you're really not going to notice a whole lot. Most of these changes are happening on the back end for me that are going to make us more efficient and more,
Manageable, less crazy for you.
yeah, we're going to make fewer errors, all that kind of thing. At least try. Um, so first thing is, I'm going to change the way I offer them for sale. We're going to do a pre-order. That's going to happen on May 10th. That will be the only pre-order that I am offering. And I am going to put about half of what I intend to dye in that pre-order.
Up for pre-order, sure.
So, and that goes live at 8 p.m. on May 10th.
Friday,
And it's a fixed Friday, May 10th. And there's a set number. And when those run out, that's all. Those are the only pre-orders I'm going to take. But that's not your only opportunity to get them.
so
After we
everybody take a breath right now.
um, so and in the past, I would ship all of those out at the end of October or early November so that people would receive them before December 1st. But there's honestly not a whole. We're going to change the way we're producing things and like behind the scenes. There's no reason for me to hold on to all of these orders until October, really. So as soon as we finish dyeing those pre-orders, we're going to ship them. We anticipate that being in August.
Yeah, let other people keep it on their shelves till they're ready to use it. And then that way, like if they want to
That's
count
right.
down to the fall equinox, good for you. Oh, but wait.
Absolutely.
But we don't want people sharing spoilers yet though on social media.
We don't. Yeah, there'll be a little note in there. Each year I put a little card with a little bit of
Yeah.
information and thanks and all that kind of thing. And so one of the things on there, just please post black and white photos or spoiler alerts,
First.
a slide of some sort like that, just so that um,
Sure.
people don't get
So
disappointed.
you're nice. So you're nice to your
Well,
fellow sock knitters or
that's right.
knit knitters or whatever people do. Don't s-
That's right.
don't be a spoiler.
Don't
But you're
spoil
right.
it.
There's no
Yeah.
reason for you to have that sitting on your shelf, and it can sit on other people's shelves.
Yeah, and I don't think people get super anxious about the mail, but you've paid for a product and you have the product, and now you don't have to worry about it,
Yeah,
right?
and you know that it's coming.
Right. And so once we have those pre-orders shipped, I within the next week or so, I anticipate doing another update, but it's going to be a ready to ship update. And
Oh,
that will happen at the end of August or early September.
so that's the other
Um,
of the
well, it's a quarter. And then we're going to have one more, knock on wood, if all goes well
okay.
and nobody gets hurt or sick or anything else.
Okay.
I should be able to have one more update in October that's
Okay.
ready to ship.
So just to recap, pre-orders are Friday, May 10th at 8 p.m. Eastern time.
Yes.
But if you miss out on that, take a breath. It'll be okay. There'll be another ready to ship in stock advent kit that you can order in August and then again in October in theory. And the way to be reminded is to sign up for Michelle's newsletter. Link
Yes.
down below because you won't miss anything if you do that.
Right. Right.
'Cause even if
Um,
Instagram were to implode tomorrow, you would still get an email.
right. That's
We're
right.
talking about that, because the
Mhm.
old saying, "Don't build your house on rented land," right? Instagram doesn't cost
Yeah.
us anything to use, and so, but we don't own it either. So if you want to make sure that you're getting notified of things, be on people's email lists, right? Because
Yeah.
that's the surefire way to find out about the information that you
Yep.
really
Yep.
so.
And then um and I'm also happy to kind of set some expectations regarding numbers,
Yeah.
just so that you kind of are aware of what's going on. It's not super, super scarce in the big picture, is what I want to say. I don't want people to, anyway.
Okay, but still, I'm going to
So
be setting my alarm. I'm just saying.
that's right. Well, okay, here's what I'll tell you. Last year when I set the pre-order in April, I listed 800 skeins
Yeah.
and they were gone in 4 days.
Ooh.
So they're gonna you need it's not gonna be gone in 5 minutes. So
But over
you
the
want to set.
weekend, you're probably gonna have to
Yeah,
get on there Friday and Saturday.
right, right. So this year I'm gonna list about 700 in the update on May 10th for
Okay,
pre-order.
okay.
And then subsequently I will have somewhere in the neighborhood of 350 per ready to ship update.
In August and
So
October.
I'm
Okay,
in October.
okay.
So I'm expecting around just shy of 1,500 um
That's
for
a
this year.
lot of
It
work.
is.
Oh my word.
It is, but I know that there are people last year. Last year we did about 1,000 altogether, and there were still folks that would have been happy to get them if they were available. So I'm just trying. I really don't like creating anxiety. Um, yeah, so that's the first big thing. Last year we did all pre-orders, and so this model is a little different, and I'm thinking it's going to work really well.
It sounds great.
Yeah, and then okay, so another change that's coming. You spoke about how in the fingering weight gain you had two full repeats of the colors previous years. We're not going to do it that way this year.
Okay.
We're going to change that just a little bit. You're going to have like 1.5 repeats
And that's
of
pretty
the
much what I
colors.
used because the purple
Right.
was number 12. So I had
Hmm.
here's 12 here, and then I ended up
Yep.
that was 1.5 right on the button. And that was
Right.
people, that's plenty. I have a women's size 12 and a half foot. That's a big foot.
Right. So you're
That's a good sized leg. So that's enough.
right. Yeah. So and the reason for that is just that the meticulous measurement that had to happen to ensure that you got exactly this number of stripes with the in between stripe within this certain number of grams and yardage. It was intense.
Green school.
um and honestly, I don't think it's so important. Like we can put our energy in other places and I don't think people will be upset about it. You know what
No,
I'm saying?
no, I think it's great.
Yeah, so you'll still have 100 grams,
Yeah,
you'll still have 250-gram balls. The only thing that this means is that your color one, I'm just going to use random colors here. Your
sure.
color one might be green, and my color one might be yellow or
That's fun
orange.
though. It's fun to see how
I,
they all come out a little different. That'd be really
I
fun
think
to
so.
watch people's Instagram and see how. However, let me clarify. But my color one in my tote's going to be the same for both 50-gram skeins. Like I don't have one skein
Correct.
green and one skein that starts on orange.
Right. No, your
My kit will
250
start. Okay.
your kit has two identical balls and they
Yeah.
both start at the same place. Whereas
Yours will be a
the
little
other
different.
your neighbor's kit may not start in the
Yeah, that's fun
same.
though.
Yeah, I think it would be fun, and I think it gives us some room to be
Flexible.
flexible. And one of the ways it allows me to be flexible is to make that in between stripe two rows instead of a row and a half.
Yeah.
And now maybe you can knit a hat with it and get all the way around, you know, that kind of thing. So it just gives us a little more flexibility and creativity, and it also just happens to make things easier production, which means that we
Yeah.
get to make more, you know?
That's really
So,
cool because if it's easier on you and you get to offer more for people that are a little obsessed like me, and it offers some variety. So my socks look slightly
right.
different than my neighbors. I think that's brilliant. That's
Yeah,
super
I think that's
smart,
going to work out
Michelle.
great. Great.
I think that's really smart.
Um, and then the other thing that we're going to change that will be a noticeable difference is that so like I said, we include a mini skein with your kit.
Right.
And in previous years, for fingering, that was a 20-gram fingering mini and then a 50-gram DK mini because you need more yarn. Now, what I've figured out is that's probably a little bit too more yarn than the DK people need and not quite enough yarn for the fingering people.
Yep.
So we're gonna. I've been doing the kits on DK with 40 grams, and that seems to work out really well for people. So that's what we're gonna do for the Advent.
Okay.
And then for the fingering, we're gonna offer a 30-gram mini.
Oh, so I won't have to just order an extra 20-gram.
Right. So now
That's smart. Also smart.
there there are people that are gonna want more though, right? Maybe like you said, maybe they're making multiple pairs of socks and they want to get heels, toes, and cuffs for two full pairs,
Right.
you know, that kind of thing. And they may want another skein. I am going to offer a pre-order for the in-between color minis in
Oh,
January.
smart.
So that way, if you didn't have enough and you want some more, you can get it
Yeah.
very close to, the end
Yeah.
of the year. But I'm hopeful that that 30 grams will help folks. And maybe you guys don't know this. We make all of our minis ourselves.
Huh? Crazy amount of work. That's labor intensive.
Right. So
Because you have to make them off a cone, right?
yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's
because
a lot. That's a lot of
the
work.
mill th- the mill that we get our yarn from does not offer mini skeins.
Right.
So if we want them, we have to make them, which is great. We're set up to do it, but
It's another step. It's another
it's
process.
another step, and then fulfillment gets kind of crazy because
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
want two and you want three and you want one and it gets very like, oh God, we're going to send the wrong thing and everybody's going to get mad at me. And we've done a pretty good job, but
No, but I think
if you
that's a
know me at
brilliant
all,
solution. That's a really good solution because then I get my
right.
I knit my first round of socks. If I have enough to make another pair and I decide I want another matching mini, I can do
Hmm.
that after the first of the year. And I think that's or
Right.
or I have enough left over to make a little hat, then I know I can get
Mhm.
the neutral color that goes with it is going to
Right.
be available after the new year. I think that's brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope it's a good compromise to do the a little bit
Yes.
larger mini with the kit, and then, like I said, if you need some more later, I'm happy to do it
Yeah.
after the new year. Okay,
Fantastic. I think that's smart.
let's see.
Yeah.
I hope so. Well, and a lot of time I've been telling people all along, the Target is a little bit of a heavier fingering weight,
It is. I
so
love
you
it.
which means me too, but what that means is you get a little bit less yardage per grams, right? So people who are used to being able to get heels, toes, and cuffs with a light fingering mini are finding that they don't get all three
Yeah, I would
with
argue
the
that
Target.
because if I'm knitting a lighter fingering for the durability and density of the sock that I want, I'm knitting a smaller gauge. So
Right. Well, that's true.
I
Well, I get well, everybody has their own preferences and their own gauge and their own stuff, and so, I have often heard that people don't have enough in the 20-gram mini to get all 3, and
well,
so
also,
I've
yeah, and I would say that's true here because a heel flap uses more yarn than a short row heel. So I'm super happy
right,
about the 30 gram. I'm totally tickled about that because then I know that I
great,
can get all three using my
3,
preferred heel flap because that
right,
fits me better than a short row heel. So yeah,
right. Right. So,
yeah.
spoiler alert, I'm using up my 20-gram minis for clubs and regular shop updates, but I'm likely going to change over to all 30-gram minis for everything. So, yay.
Well, that makes me happy because then, I also have
Good.
things like the little gnomes that I make and the little yeah,
Yeah.
happy.
Good.
I have a
Good.
whole we have a whole thing about what to use your scraps for. There's, the blankets and it makes me happy.
Good.
I think that's a really good idea. And if it makes your
Awesome.
life easier and you can have more kits for more people and spread the stripey love.
That's right.
Yay.
That's right. It's going to be great.
Perfect.
Um,
Oh,
let's
and
see.
what else did I read? No caramels, no extras.
I know. Darn
Uh,
it.
no, not
Um,
darn it. I'm off sugar and I don't want to be tempted.
oh,
I am
okay.
off sugar.
Yeah.
I'm doing really good and I'm
Congratulations. That's tough.
my ADHD is better, brain fog is better, the whole thing is better. So
Oh,
I don't want to
good.
be tempted, especially around the holidays. Like,
Yeah.
I don't need it. So,
Yep.
I'm sorry if other people are disappointed, but I am
Oh,
fine with.
well, um, yeah, I have a it's a love, I won't say hate, but like relationship with doing that. I enjoyed working with the other makers.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
enjoy and those were things that I didn't do any markup for anything that I purchased to put in there in my kit.
Right.
Whatever they and I didn't ask and I didn't always ask for a
Like a
a discounted
discount.
rate.
Yeah. Right. Right.
So I was happy to support them in their business, happy to promote them if they were kind of new
Sure.
or like I really enjoyed that collaboration part of it.
Right.
But it did also stress me out because you can't just walk up to somebody that makes something by hand and say, "Hey, can I have 1,000 of these?"
You know. Right. Right.
And
And
and I have to wait until after the pre-order to do it because I
you
don't
don't
want to be
know
stuck with hundreds of them, right?
how
I
many
want to
caramels
order
do you
what
really need.
I know.
Yeah.
Right. So, but again, and then I also wanted, like, I don't like the idea of sending things that there are universal, like, maybe I could have picked something like a tapestry needle or something, but most people have those things. I don't want to,
But for me, the extra is the bag.
yeah. Okay.
Because
I'm glad.
because despite the cat hair, it gets used, and it's unique. No, I mean, for me, it's like
Mhm.
it's unique, it has the date on it, and it's
Yep.
a sock size bag that can easily go into my
Exactly.
backpack when I go to
Yep.
town because, we talked earlier about having a little panic attack when you don't
I
have your stuff
know.
with because
I
what
know.
if there's an
I
accident and I
know.
get stuck on the interstate and I have a freak out because I don't have my knitting. So I really
Yeah.
this because it's sock sized. And to me, that's
Yes.
the extra.
Well,
That's
great. I'm glad.
why. You
I
see what I mean?
Yeah, I talked to several different people to kind of
Survey.
surveys. Yeah, exactly. How would you be affected by these? Would you care about this? Would you care if that was different? Would you care about that? Nobody cared about the extras.
I
They
mean,
were
it's
like,
a nice
that's
little treat. Don't get me wrong, it's a nice
yeah.
little
Yeah,
treat,
yeah, yeah.
but I feel like that's not why I'm ordering the advent
Right.
kit. I'm getting it because it's the base that I like. It's supporting the type of advent kit that I want. I can
Yep.
keep up with it during my
Yep.
countdown days, and
Yep.
it's fine, and that's what it's about.
Yeah.
For me,
Right. Exactly.
and it's
So I'm
unique.
not saying I'll never do it again.
Yeah,
I'm just saying this year it just seemed like a little much to try to
but
figure it
but
out.
we're still gonna have a bag, right?
Yes, you're still gonna have a bag, and it will have the year printed on it again, so if you happen to be collecting your
Well,
bag. Well, I mean, I have people that post, "Look, I've got bag from year 1, 2, 3, here
and
comes year
I
4."
don't,
You
but
know?
that's okay.
Well,
It's
darn it.
okay. This is when this was the year that I found you, so that's alright.
Yeah,
To me, that's
um,
the extra. So, yeah,
exactly, exactly.
I'm excited. Um,
Okay. Yeah, we talked about it all. Not everybody's gonna start on the same color. You're gonna get 1.5 repeats for fingering. It's still gonna be 1 repeat of the 24 colors for DK.
yeah.
Um, and then 1 mini per advent, no extras, and then we talked at length about how we're gonna,
The
offer them
schedule.
on the website for sale, the
Yeah.
schedule, yes.
So, yay!
Yay!
Excited.
I'm very
I'm
excited.
excited. I'm super excited. I was having a
Oh,
bit of a freak out because 'cause I'm going on a trip, and I thought I was gonna miss the pre-order day, but now I'm not.
good, good. The other thing, I don't know that my theme, dream dream stash, dream craft stash. That's what it is. Which is just, I don't know, it could be anything, right?
It could. It sounds a little vague.
It is a little big, but like I'm going to be pulling inspiration from all of my favorite crafts, like watercolor and
Oh!
fiber crafts and fabric, and and
Yeah,
so that's where I'm pulling all my inspiration is from a
fun.
dream stash of crafty
I
supplies.
get it.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
okay, that's fun. Super
all right.
cool. But wait, I wanna say this too. You have some club spots open, right?
I do. I do. And in fact, I was already planning on adding a couple of dozen, but when I looked at the numbers this morning, I actually have 3 dozen spaces that I'm going to be listing
Wow.
on May 8th, which is
Tomorrow.
tomorrow. Like
But
tomorrow.
it'll be open when this goes live.
Yes. So if they go quickly, which they probably will. Also, I'm just going to go ahead and apologize. I've already plastered 8 a.m. Eastern all over the place. And now I have to apologize to my West Coast folks. Sorry, I'll do better.
AM or PM?
8 a.m.
Okay,
Wednesday
well, people
morning.
can get up and do it before they go to work.
That's like 5 in the morning, man. That's
It's
early.
come on,
I
worth it. It's worth it.
well, I will
Just
do
set your
better. That's all I'm
coffee
trying to
pot.
say.
No, people can set their coffee pot ahead of time, get up, click the button, then go back to bed for 30 minutes.
There you go.
Priorities,
Anyway,
people.
so but if those spaces go quickly, I do keep a wait list. I've currently exhausted that wait list, so but I don't know that people know about it because reasons. Anyway, just email me, Michele at woolensandnosh.com, Michele
Yeah,
with 1 L.
yeah.
Will probably be below.
Oh, it will.
Um, and just let me know you'd like to be on the wait list if
Hey,
they're
I
sold out.
wanna be
And
on the club wait list, and then you'll do it.
that's right. I'll do it. And then because as people fall out, I go to the wait list and add people in. But we've been at it for about a year now, and I think we finally like gelled into a good production flow with everything. And so I thought it's time to add some more. So yeah.
I was so excited. I literally did a little squee. when I opened this. My husband was sitting at the table, I told you this earlier, and I opened the package and I'm like, "Oh," and he goes, "That got a reaction." I'm like, "I know, but look." And he's like, "That's cool." And then I posted a black and white photo because I couldn't help it, and I didn't know if other people had gotten theirs yet. But then we had knit night, and everyone at knit night had gotten it, so we all oohed and awed at knit night because
Oh,
they
nice.
already. Well, I live in the middle of nowhere. Usually, they all get it the day before I do because it takes
Oh,
a
okay.
day in the mail normally for me to get stuff. So,
Mhm. Awesome. So yeah, we're actually finishing up. I just dyed my last batch of the May colorway. Love it. I don't have a favorite color. I know you're a purple girl, right?
I have about 3 favorite colors, but
Okay. What are they?
yes, I
Uh-huh.
am into I'm just really into greens at the moment.
Yes, I'm having a green green is strong.
Have a
It's not, I
green
can't
moment.
call it my favorite, but it's definitely up in my top 10.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. And it's my yeah, I'd say it's in my top 3.
Mhm. What's the other one? Purple, green,
Typically
and
yeah, I don't know. Lately, I've been kind of all into, like, the earthy colors, like autumnal,
mm, yeah.
the palette,
Yeah.
So I'm not
Yep.
sure. I'm not sure. Like the one that was, like you said, from January.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I my son, when he's gonna be 29 this year, but when he was wee little, he would say, "Mama, what's your favorite color?" And he was mostly asking me because he wanted to tell me his favorite color.
Oh, sure.
But I
Yeah.
would have a but I would have a little panic attack and be like, "I can't, I can't, I
You
can't."
can pick one. You can pick one. It'd be unfair to all the other colors if you picked one.
So eventually I figured out he just wants to tell me his. So I say, "I don't know, what's yours, buddy?" But I think that's probably an asset for me just because I don't have a favorite. I can like jump all over for all these different colorways. So
That's fun.
and I don't think any of the clubs really look like in any way like each other at all. And the same is true for this month.
Well, and I tell you what, this was like last August, I think, and I started knitting a hat with this, but then I realized it didn't look the way I wanted to because of the way the stripes, how thick and thin they were. But I
Yeah.
wanted it to be a hat because I loved this colorway so much. I didn't want it on my feet. I wanted it to be a hat.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's okay. I'm gonna make it. I'm
But
gonna make it into socks, and then I'll just have to like I don't know,
mm,
find some clear shoes or just wear my sandals in the fall more. I don't know. I don't care
yeah.
if people think it's weird to wear Birkenstocks. I don't care. I do not care. It's how I show
I
myself.
is that still really a thing that people make fun of,
I don't know.
wearing socks with
Yeah,
your
probably.
Birkenstocks? I think that
Probably.
totally makes sense
I
to
feel like
me.
my niece would make fun of me for that.
Mhm.
I don't care.
I don't care either.
Laugh
I
all you
mean,
want.
I'm
Ha!
wearing
I'm glad it's entertaining for you. I can be fodder for your patronizing
I think it's a
comments.
cute look. I think it's a real cute look. Anyway.
Hanging out with shorts.
Mm, even I
Birkenstocks
don't even care what now you got I mean, like, I
and
don't know.
shorts.
People do it around here in Vermont a lot, and it just has become normal to me now.
You do you. You do you.
I
It's
know, right?
it's great.
Yeah,
Neat.
it is good.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
Okay, everybody run over real quick and got on Michelle's emailing list and then set your alarm for Friday
8 PM.
PM Eastern.
Mhm.
And hopefully
Get
you'll have club spots open still by the time this airs. But if not, people can send you an email and be on the wait list and you never know.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, people rotate. It is an auto renewal, but it's on a monthly basis. You can cancel anytime. And people, as people say, okay, I've had enough yarn for a little while.
That's
I've
fine.
That's where I pull
Yeah.
new people from is the wait list. So
Hooray. I've
Yeah,
been doing it for a year, I think.
that's awesome. Thank you.
Oh, it's fun. I look
Thank
forward to
you.
it every month. I'm like, "Yay!" When I get the little notification that my club thing has shipped. I make
Mhm.
UPS tracking. USPS tracking. I make them send me text messages to so I know. You know, you can tell it
Yep.
notification hot.
Yep.
Full of
My
themselves.
husband had I'm gonna let you know. My
Okay.
husband has something that he signed up for where he sees actual pictures of what is coming in the mail.
Oh. Oh, yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah.
I think it's called informed delivery or something.
Maybe, yeah, something like that. But anyway.
Thanks, though. Thanks so much for
Oh,
coming and telling us about your advent, so people don't need to
oh,
freak out. There'll be several
nope.
opportunities,
That's right.
but
That's right. We're gonna
do it now.
do it now.
Oh,
Well, thank you so much for having me. I
of
love coming and talking
course.
with
As
you.
always, it's always fun.